Hey everyone, happy Thursday. I am Yaya with ZEMZ Podcast, and I am here with my friend Angela of Meet Me on My Mat. She is the one, if you guys didn't know. So I've been talking about community contributors and things like that, and I told you I had to steal it from somebody. Well, it's her. I stole it from her. And it was just too good. It was too good to not share. And she's sharing it with her community. But here's the thing. The community, once again, is not our neighborhood, it's not our backyard, it is the world. And that is something that we're trying to make sure everyone knows and realize and just really get in sync with. That's the times that we're in, that the world is our community. So that is what we're here to do, is showcase who we have in regards to our community contributors coming this Saturday for the 24-hour worldwide virtual bazaar that's happening right on ZEMZ Events platform. Once again, it's virtual, worldwide, 24 hours from 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can't miss it. You have to jump in and see what we have to offer you. So we're going to jump into this interview so you guys can learn a little bit more about my friend Angela. So Angela, can you share with us, who are you?
I'm Angela Schwartz. I am the founder of Meet Me on My Mat and the creator of the Day of International Yoga. I am a wife, a mom, a friend, Angela, Angel, Mrs. Schwartz. Lots of things, lots of hats that I wear, but my favorite place to be is on my mat.
On my mat. So you got to meet her on her mat. So with that being said, this mat and, meeting you on your mat, what is a product or service that you have to share with the world?
So I teach yoga. I teach yoga that is trauma informed, that is accessible for everyone, that is welcoming to everyone, with a focus not just on the asana or the practice and the physical movement of yoga, but all the other pieces of yoga that are so important. So, and then the DIY, of course.
Could you share a little bit more about DIY?
I think that's what makes Meet Me on My Mat kind of, not that I need to be so different, but it really is unique. To Meet Me on My Mat, it was that middle of the night idea, one of my middle of the night ideas, to just bring people together across the world, across the US, and then around the world. My maps are back here, and I'm just trying to reach as many people as we can, bring them together through yoga. So I offer an opportunity for yoga teachers to share a practice once a month, and then for anyone around the world to join in on the last Sunday of every month, all day long.
It is what, about 16 hours, 15, 16 hours?
16 hours of yoga, except the last hour. The last hour is a community conversation with anyone that attended throughout the day that wants to share their experience or ask some questions or do any sort of connecting so that they can collaborate later. So we have a lot of teachers who are now collaborating in different ways as a result of DIY, which is actually the dream.
That is so cool to see what comes out of the DIY afterwards, and just so you guys know, it's not literally just yoga all day. It's chair yoga. It's inside flow yoga. If you don't know what that is, check it out. There's also meditation and breathing exercises and yoga for your face. I saw a picture of this. I was like, what is that? And she was like, it's yoga for your face. I don't know if it was yoga for your face. Anyways, I thought that was too funny, but it was, something new that I learned about yoga. So how can people find you and find out more about this DIY?
So my website is www.meetmeonmymat.org. Make sure you do the .org there. And then also on Instagram, Meet Me on My Mat. There's a Meet Me on My Mat Facebook group. And then smaller groups that I do that are like a book club or chair practices, And where else? Clubhouse. Meet me on my mat on Clubhouse. Where else? And right here in my studio, in my home, you can access classes by Zoom several times a week and workshops and all kinds of things right here with the sun shining in. I know we talked about that. Look, hi.
Oh, now you see Angela.
There's where you can find me, right here.
Thank you so much for sharing that. You guys connect with Angela. So Angela is also, not only is she a vendor, a community contributor for us. We've known each other, I believe this is going on 3 years, but she is also a ZEMZ member. So could you share with us why you decided to partner with ZEMZ Events, not only the events, but the membership as well?
Sure. So I started attending events when they were in person, and I went to just about every live event, and then we switched to virtual. And this was before I was doing Meet Me on My Mat. And once I started with Meet Me on My Mat, I just continued with that connection. And I think the value of ZEMZ Events is that being a part of a community, supporting each other, and we really do that. There's so much opportunity for connection, for growth, and for the marketing that happens. And I don't even want to call it marketing, but just like the sharing, because it's really not, it's not the right term for me. I'm not like a marketing person, but the way that we can share experience together is actually what it's more about for me.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing that. So on Saturday, 24-hour virtual worldwide bazaar. I know you guys are going to be there. Angela, what time will you be there live? And do you have any special things happening during your live sessions?
So I will be live. I'm starting at 9 at the kickoff, and then I will stay on my Zoom until 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And what I've done this time is each hour focus. So 10 o'clock, I have a list of everything. So I'm the master list maker. So 10 o'clock will be a focus on breath and meditation. During that hour, any questions that you have, experiences that you would like to experience or try with breath and meditation. And then the next hour at 11 is poses, props, and other resources. And yes, poses are a resource. And so just exploring with different poses and props. And the other resources are things like books and podcasts and recommendations that I can make. And then the last hour that I'm there, that 12 o'clock hour, will be a practice at your own pace, where I will do a physical practice on the mat and provide lots of options so that you can have like more of a power kind of yoga or a more relaxed and gentle yoga, depending on what your needs are, and make recommendations for that.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that. And just, for people that's new to yoga or don't know how to get started, that would be a perfect opportunity once again to ask your questions. Do I have to lay down? There's yoga where you don't have to lay down. You can sit in a chair. You can.
Hey, my chair is back there.
Yes. So
can you see the chair's right there?
Yep, we see it. Yep. And so those are the things that you can, learn about yoga that you may not know about. Once again, I showed you the yoga for your face. Like, who knew? So let's go a little bit deeper. Why do you do what you do?
I have to be really quick with this. I don't want to get into it too much, but many, many years ago, when I was dealing with lots of life situations as a young teen, and up through my adulthood, really dealing with anxiety and stress. And I tried some things and I wanted to love yoga, and I just didn't. I didn't love being told how to breathe. And then eventually, when I began my own practice, I could see the difference that it made. And I eventually came to the point where I understood that yoga is for everyone, but it might be a different way of doing yoga, and that's what yoga really is. So I do yoga the way that I do so that it truly is accessible for everyone that desires a different way of being.
Yeah,
up being.
That's so important. And I think I absolutely love that portion of it and how you flow with it and how you allow it to flow. And I'm in one of her groups, her Meet Me on My Mat, the MMOMM group, and she talks about the fundamentals and the foundations, and in there she does meditations, and it's just so much more than poses. And I think, you know, a lot of people get wrapped up into, you know, oh, I don't want to stretch or I don't want to do yoga, that exercise, and it can actually be hard, you know, in some cases, you know, but when you really get in tune and all of that stuff, I can talk all day about that. This is all about you. But anyways, so I had to put my little 2 cents, right? So before we get off of this, what is the one thing you want to be remembered for or as?
So I don't love this question, but because I think people are going to remember me for or as however they experience me, right? So, and I don't really have control over how someone experiences me.
Absolutely.
So who knows how I would be remembered? What I think is likely to happen is that I will be remembered once I am gone from this world. I will be remembered as someone who was authentic, someone who was a helper, someone who was an encourager, and someone who truly connected people with each other and opportunity.
And I can vouch for you that since the day I've met you, you've done all of that. And you are truly my friend Angel. So, and my kids are Angel. So definitely an angel in our eyes. So we're wrapping this up. We will see you guys on Saturday. 9 a.m. is the kickoff. She mentioned the kickoff. So 9 a.m. is the kickoff. When you enter ZEMZ Events platform, you'll see an enter here button. Click on that. You will link with us, and we will all have all of the vendors there kicking us off into this 24-hour event on Saturday, February 6th. That's where the F was coming from. See you guys, and thank you so much for joining us.